Not only in Roblox, but anywhere, you have to be very careful with the jokes you make, because in the end, 1 second of impulse can change a life forever. Such is the case of Lucas, a simple boy who loved playing Roblox. He played almost every day with his best friend, Alessandro. The two were inseparable. They rode bicycles together, studied at the same school, did everything together, as if they were real brothers. Lucas had a good life, a solid friendship, and Roblox was their favorite fun. They spent hours playing, laughing, competing to see who was better. Until one ordinary afternoon, everything changed. The two discovered a new game called 99 Nights in the Forest and became addicted to it. They played so much they were almost reaching the goal of 100 days. Alessandro, super excited, suggested celebrating ahead of time. Lucas, super happy, agreed that they were finally going to celebrate an epic achievement together. However, he little knew that this celebration would end up destroying their friendship and the life of one of the two forever. A momentary decision of seconds turned into a tragedy. And the object that caused all of this is in almost everyone's refrigerator. But before I tell you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and stay until the end, because this case is too strange. Lucas and Alessandro have been friends since they were 9 years old. They met at school in a physical education class when they were placed on the same dodgeball team. Since that day, the two never separated again. The boys lived in the same neighborhood, 2 streets away from each other, so it was easy to meet. Almost every day after school, one would go to the other's house. Sometimes they stayed at Lucas's house, sometimes at Alessandro's. Their parents didn't even find it strange anymore, because it was a habit. And what did they do most together? They played Roblox. Those two were addicted to that game. They spent hours on their cell phones. Outside of Roblox, they also did everything together. Rode bicycles, played ball in the street, and even studied for the same team. Their friendship was the kind everyone wanted to have, pure, true, and full of happy moments. At least, it was like that until that day. Every week it was the same routine. Pedaling, taking a few laps, and competing to see who arrived home first. Except that on that specific day, the two were way too bored. Like, really bored. Lucas looked at Alessandro and said, "I'm fed up with riding bikes. Let's go to my house and play something." And that was it. Alessandro accepted, obviously. Arriving at Lucas's house, the two turned on their phones and started playing Roblox, looking for something different. That's when they found a new game that had just come out. It was 99 Nights in the Forest. The game was simple, but addictive. You had to survive in a dark forest for 99 consecutive nights. Each night got harder, scarier, and more intense. The two got addicted to it. Alessandro, all excited, turned to Lucas and said, "If we get to day 100, we have to celebrate." Lucas laughed and agreed. It seemed like a ridiculous goal, but to them, it was everything. And so they went on playing hours and hours, night after night, inside the game. They died, restarted, learned the tricks, dodged the monsters. When they saw it, they had already reached day 80. Only 19 nights were left. Lucas couldn't contain his anxiety and shouted, "It's so close! Let's celebrate early, come on!" That decision to celebrate early changed everything. If they had waited, maybe none of this would have happened. But the excitement spoke louder. And that's when Alessandro had an idea that seemed brilliant in his head. An idea that no one should ever have had. Alessandro got up from his chair with that smile of someone who had the best idea in the world. He went straight to the kitchen and opened the refrigerator. There, in the back, hidden, was a bottle of Lucas's father's champagne. It was one of those kept for special occasions. Alessandro grabbed the bottle and went back to the room all proud, showing off the trophy as if it were a prize. Lucas looked at it and immediately felt it was wrong. He said seriously, "That's adult stuff. We can't drink that." But Alessandro didn't even pay attention. He was too excited. In his head, it was just a harmless celebration. Popping champagne just like champions do. He didn't even listen to his friend's warning. And then came the moment that destroyed everything. Alessandro had never opened a bottle of champagne in his life. He had no idea of the pressure that was inside. He started to force the cork, pointing the bottle right in Lucas's direction. In an impulse, the cork shot out like a bullet. It flew straight into Lucas's eye. The sound was dry, and the scream that followed was hair-raising. Lucas fell to the floor with his hand over his face. Blood began to run between his fingers. Alessandro stood paralyzed for a few seconds, not understanding what he had done. Then he ran desperately to the kitchen, grabbed a glass of water, and tried to throw it on his friend's eye. It didn't help at all. Lucas's eye was destroyed, and the blood wouldn't stop. That's when Alessandro did the only right thing that day. He screamed for Lucas's parents. They came running, saw the scene, and went into total despair. They picked the boy up and took him to the hospital. Every second counted now, and nobody knew if Lucas would survive that. At the hospital, the doctors rushed Lucas to the emergency room. His parents were desperate outside, unable to do anything but wait and pray. Alessandro had gone along in the car, trembling, crying, unable to speak a word. He knew he had done something terrible, but he still didn't understand the real gravity of it all. After a while, the doctor came out with the news that no one wanted to hear. The champagne cork had pierced Lucas's eye. The damage was irreversible. The boy was going to be blind in that eye for the rest of his life. And there was more. If they had delayed one more minute in arriving, Lucas could have died. The blow caused a very serious infection that spread too fast. When Lucas finally returned home, he was another person. The cheerful boy who played Roblox with his best friend was gone. In his place was a boy with anger, with resentment, and an eye that would never see again. In Lucas's head, Alessandro had done that on purpose, out of malice, out of envy. No matter what they said, he couldn't forgive. The truth is that Alessandro was just clumsy, an impulsive boy who didn't measure the consequences. But that didn't matter anymore. Lucas's parents forbade any contact between the two. At school, nobody went near Alessandro. Everyone found out about what happened, and he became the boy who blinded his best friend. Alessandro never made friends with anyone again, and Lucas never played Roblox again. The tragedy of Lucas and Alessandro teaches us 3 vital lessons about life and friendship. 1. A single moment of celebration or a split-second decision can have permanent consequences. In this case, an object as common as a bottle in a refrigerator became a weapon because of a lack of caution. Maturity is realizing that some mistakes cannot be undone with an apology or a restart button. 2. Respecting boundaries. Lucas felt the champagne was a bad idea and told his friend, "That's adult stuff." Alessandro's failure to listen to his friend's boundary led to the destruction of their bond. True friendship involves listening when a friend says no or stop, even in the middle of a high-energy moment. 3. The fragility of trust. Trust takes years to build, like the years these two spent playing dodgeball and Roblox, but only seconds to shatter. While Alessandro's actions were born of clumsiness rather than malice, the physical and emotional trauma was too great for the friendship to survive. Whether you are playing a game like 99 Nights in the Forest or hanging out in the real world, never let your excitement override your common sense. Real life doesn't have a respawn point for your health or your reputation. Comment below, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, because here, there are always videos of strange cases like this one from Roblox. I'll be leaving now.